What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another episode of Let's Talk. This is episode 63, and let's talk. Now, today's topic is it's a bit of a split. I'm going to start off with mentioning something I'm actually very, very proud of myself for being able to mention, which is I'm going to have my very first song written. I have it written, I have the lyrics with me, I take the lyric page with me. I've been working on it for the last couple of months, so I've got this whole page written up and just three lines from the next half. I'm not going to be reading my lyrics because, again, I want to get everything done properly before I get anything out for you guys to actually listen to. Now, I will leave you guys on Facebook. I'm actually going to share it. I won't now, but in school bag. You sample to the beat they're going to try to use. I got to get my hands on GarageBand for at least a couple of days. I don't know if a friend of mine can lend me the software on a USB. I'll have to think of a way to get it, or I'll buy it. Because I made a ringtone using GarageBand for school. It was a music project to make your own ringtone. Um, I'm pretty happy with it. I got to kind of detail it to kind of go with the tempo of the song because I already know more or less how I want it to sound. Um, Finding a beat, again, you got to pay someone else to do it. Sometimes you don't, but I want to say it's my beat, my song. You know what I mean? So, I want to have it done by the end of the year, so that's roughly, by Christmas at least, minimum. Um, the earliest, like absolute earliest, early December. So around December, within the month of December, it should be uploaded. I don't know exactly how I'm going to record it. It will most likely be like using this webcam since it's not noise canceling. Um, and it will capture the sound of the speakers. Since I have a speaker on the left and the right, so I got a stereo channel. Um, Two different systems, so it gets more sound, better bass. Um, I'll have to figure out exactly how it's going to be recorded. The song is called Problems. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning that is because if you guys noticed, I have um, thing apostrophes on each side of the word problem. And I'll, you know, it's been difficult because, to be honest with you guys, writing a song for me, if you guys have ever listened to it, which I'll actually, oh no, I can't because YouTube copyrights, even though it's my own video. Um, if you guys will listen to any of my songs that I've rapped, not really songs, but freestyles, I can tell you firsthand, I know I'm not the best. Um, I'm not going to even say that I can lie and say that I'm close because I personally don't think I am. But um, see if I can sign in. Here we go. I do. I know I do check on this channel periodically, not very frequently. So, for those of you who message or email me or whatever it is to this channel, which I'll link down below in case you guys haven't seen it, um, I haven't. I'll play my latest. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Whoops. That's why it looks different. So I'm gonna play you guys a bit of my latest Let's Rap, which is episode 2. Or really, it's supposed to be 3, but I hate the sound of my voice because I don't know how to rap good. Yeah, off topic. No. Nope. Listen, I don't know how to rap. I'm only on the ground level, never gonna do this other shit because I'm not that. I can't understand what the fuck I'm saying. Enough of this mumbo jumbo. So the song, yeah, should be out within the next, I don't know, October, November, December, 2 months. Maximum, the beginning of next year. Max is like the latest. Again, I've been working on this since September 8th, so I am pretty happy and very proud of being able to get almost a whole 2 pages. I got a whole page, which is actually beyond what I was expecting. Like, when I first wrote this, I wrote it on a page that was, I'd say maybe this big, roughly, not expanded to this. So it's not a huge difference size. But my point is, I didn't think I was actually able to come up with lyrics for a song. Now, whether or not I really do truly go anywhere from this, I really don't care. I'm not here to make money only. I'll do this strictly, well, I can't say strictly, it'll be also for the money, but mainly out of the joy of getting to express my emotion, because personally, I've mentioned in the past, I rap to express my emotions. I personally, in the past, didn't do the good job that I thought I was doing. Um, to be honest with you guys, I could have sworn I had a lot more videos, but I guess not. The only other issue that I had was a lot of people were actually making fun of me on Twitter. I don't have a lot of followers on Twitter, but I don't know. It's been crazy. I'm actually gonna go and see what's up on Twitter. But just personally, guys, I don't know. A lot of you guys may not believe, like, it's hard to explain. Like, I don't want to come across as like, oh well, I've been through everything. But I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's the one thing that I didn't really truly get. Like, for me to lie in a song that I'm gonna write and then later want to publish, I might as well just keep it to myself because it's not truly me that's saying it. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. That's how I think. Maybe it's different for you guys. I believe personally. Um, I have 18 followers on the Hip Hop Version Toronto Twitter. Now, I did want to actually get a website rolling for Hip Hop Version, but whatever. So it's the same. In terms of anything major happening with my rap, the way I was doing it for these last 5 videos, I really can't give myself a pat on the back because, well, I suck. I'm saying it about myself. It's not like I'm saying, well, this person sucks at rapping. Not that I'm the best, but this person sucks at rapping. No, I'm saying that I suck personally as myself, rapping. Um, and, I got teased actually by a friend of mine the other day. I said, yo, can you just read this for me, tell me how it sounds? I brought it to teachers, some other friends, my mom, whatever, family, friends, whoever. They said, you know what, sounds good. Sounds great. Some exaggerate because they know that I have ADHD and they think I'm going to fucking start bawling my eyes out if they say that it doesn't sound great. So they say it sounds a little fantastic. But what the comments was drives me fucking crazy. I'm a little bit fucked up, maybe. I don't know. So back to reality. Um, it's just, I've gotten, in my lifetime, one of the biggest struggles I've had to deal with is being different. I've been not segregated. Um, Starts with a D. Seg. Sorry, guys. I gotta look up synonyms. Synonym. Discriminate, not discriminated. I don't really want to. Sorry, guys. I just want to look up similar words. I want to say just to you guys, as brothers and sisters, if you have any sort of mental or physical illness, I don't want to say illness because I don't like people to say that. Um, any like to me personally, I get offended when someone says like, I have a mental illness, because to me the definition of illness in terms of having a mental illness is when you're mentally sick. You are not normal. That's a mental illness. When you're sick, that's being ill. When you're not sick, you're not ill. You are being like you have normal health status, unless in terms of like having flu, you're ill. So to say that I'm mentally um, ill or mentally whatever, I find it offensive. Now I've never truly been like just let go. I've had friends not talk to me over the years of high school because how I used to act. I used to be really, really slow. I'm slow now, mentally, physically, no. I'm fat, but that's not really an excuse. Um, it's just a matter like a lot of people have made fun of me because I always struggle. I still struggle. Everybody struggles, but I struggle a little bit more. Not boasting. That's not something to boast. I'm just saying, not putting it out there as it's something important because it's me. Um, I struggle a little bit more, as do everybody else that has a mental um, disability. Which I don't even like the word disability. I don't want to call it a handicap because I'm not useless. I'm not to say that having a handicap being something being called handicap otherwise means useless, but their definition of handicap, of mentally handicapped, and my definition of mentally handicapped are totally different. Like when I think of handicapped, I'm not thinking of somebody that's dead. Like they're physically useless, unless you're talking about like doing organ donations and stuff. I'm talking like physically, like they're gonna go and do something, not fucking happening unless they come from the dead. So unless we have a Walking Dead magically appear in real life, the dead are practically useless unless you work in doing some job that is different. Not to hate, but I find personally it's a huge issue. I've gotten actually into an argument today with a friend of mine. Like I mentioned earlier, I finally got one viewer. Thank you. Over the song, he said, "I don't believe you wrote this." He said it as a joke, but he said it in the way that he was joking, which I knew he was joking, but I got offended because I just lost a viewer. Nice, because I'll tell you guys what my friend said, which I'm not going to make it a huge deal. I got offended. It's done, dealt with, whatever. I'm not going to go ape shit because he said what he said. He's autistic, but for me personally, I'm not going to hold that as his crutch. I'm not going to let him use that to his advantage. I'm not that like, oh, it's an advantage if you're autistic. Because it's kind of like saying, well, somebody slipped and hurt their leg, so that leg is useless because I slipped. Well, no, or no, the leg's useless. I can't do anything. I can't move because Well, there's other alternatives. You can have a wheelchair. You can, there's other alternatives. Like, not that's not maybe the best example. But my point is, people look at us, and I say us. I'm talking about the people that are mentally different. I want to say different because in a way we do stand out like no other. When you see somebody that is autistic, I like my friend. He's autistic. I know he may not understand exactly why I got offended, but the reason why it's not that I don't care completely, but I don't know if he truly says, well, I maybe didn't understand it. I don't know if he's telling the truth. Because I'm going to tell you guys straight up, I used to do the same thing. I used to use my disability as a crutch for everything. And I used to really, really get away with everything. I regret it now because what I got away with, if I didn't get away with it, I would have had to, did it. Or better yet, not have did it. So that being said, I would have maybe changed the way my life was and turned it around a little bit. And the way I'm going down now, I'm doing great, but I'm in the end of high school. I'm staying an extra semester. I would love to have graduated with just about all my friends. The one friend that I truly love with all my heart, like a brother, unfortunately, I'm not able to see. I do not know exactly why. It is a personal family issue as far as I'm aware. Now, I've been friends with this kid, I'm talking about the kid that's autistic, since grade 10, roughly, grade 10, grade 11. So having a friend that, and it's not that it makes a huge difference. Yeah, if I'm friends with somebody for 2 years versus somebody for 20 years, I'm only 18 for the example. It makes a difference because you knew the person for 20 years versus a newer person for only 2 years. So how much you know this person does actually matter on how long you've known them. But it's not necessarily the same because it doesn't matter if I've known you for 50 years. You may then, as you're dying bed, knock on wood, God forbid, you know, say to me, well, I haven't told you something all these years. So I didn't know exactly every little thing about you, which is understandable. It's not like I gotta, I'm not your parent, I personally, I wouldn't expect it. Like I have one friend in Montreal. He tells me, whatever he feels, like he's open with me. And I said, if you don't feel comfortable with me, you don't have to tell me. It's not like I'm putting the gun to your head and forcing you. I'm not doing anything. I don't think I am. That would make him feel as if he's otherwise being forced by me, not physically, but however, to tell me whatever. Like he'll tell me, little things, like if we got into an argument, what it was about, this and that. And I'm not gonna say, well, fuck that, I don't care, I don't want to hear it. I'm not gonna be that way. I personally know what it's like to have friends that have done that, and it does not feel good. I don't treat my friends the way I would like to be treated. I treat them the way I want to be treated. That is one of the biggest rules you've been taught, or at least I've been taught since I was a little kid, by my family, my mom especially. My mom is the most important thing in my life. A few years ago, my grandmother passed away. She was the second most important thing in my life. I do not have a father. I personally, if I could look back at my life having a father, I don't know how it would be. That kind of sickens me, but I'm not here to talk about that. My problem is society um, basically spitting in the face of people that are thought of to be less than them. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm straight up with you guys. I am in a grade 9 regular math course, and I'm struggling for certain parts of it. But my teacher brought up this thing because I told him, I said, sir, I really, really want to do good. These last 2 years, I did great. Sorry, 2 semesters, I did great. I'm getting 90s. And it's like the basic math, not regular like mainstream. But now that I'm doing mainstream math, which I probably should have did back in grade 9, but, I wanted to do great. Not just all right or very good, great. If I can do better than great, obviously that's just as good. So I want to achieve the best I can, and to do that is not always easy. One of the issues that I had when I was younger is being somebody who has ADD. Um, you lose focus very fast. So now I notice it's starting to actually come back. For the last 2 semesters, it actually wasn't. For the first year of grade 9, it wasn't. I'm sorry, of grade 12, it wasn't. Now I'm in the third semester of grade 12. I'm starting to lose track of focus. Same like I was in grade 9 and 10. I used to hate it when, like in grade 12, like last year, I used to, um, when I would lose focus because I wanted to do really good. I really wanted. Like my teacher couldn't care less if I had homework because my marks were so good. He didn't care about my homework. He would never ask me, "Did you do your homework?" Because he knew either it was done or not. My mark was going to be good. I passed with a 98. 98 in both grade 11 and 12 essential, which is basic math. Now this is math. Now that I'm learning grade 9, like mainstream, the basic regular math, I'm learning, like, kind of like recapping, like fractions, ratios, rates, whatever, integers. I'm not the best at these things, but So I'm taking notes, guys. Even if I know it during a test, if it's open book or not, or when I'm studying, I may forget. I have brain farts, as I mentioned. I lose track and focus very easily, and I also lose train of thought just as fast. I'll be talking in a stream, guys. You guys have seen it so many times. I get picked on. That I'm talking about something, I'll stop, pause, whatever. I'll think of the next thing to say as I'm thinking about it. I forgot what I was talking about, and then I blank out. And then it frustrates me. I try not to show it. I don't know if you guys can tell, probably, but I think personally that it it gets in the way. It's like every time that I lose train of thought and what I'm thinking of as the topic of discussion is, that's like putting an extra brick wall in front of the first one. So every time I blank out, I'm putting another brick wall in front of me. Now those brick walls don't just go, well, they just disappear once I remember. I now have to remember, so that uses my brain. So that's the one brick wall. That's what kind of gets me to start focusing again. That's one brick wall. That's a bit of a challenge. The next brick wall is if I lose train of thought again and I forget. That's one. Then this third one is if I do or don't remember. This is what goes through my head, guys. A lot of people think I'm a little bit fucked up. I know this for a fact. The fact that I swear is a huge thing. I was talked to by a teacher once with the max respect. The way I talk to my teachers, just as much respect. The way I talk amongst friends, I'm not saying I talk to them like assholes. Like I'm an asshole. No. But I swear, I don't like it. I personally think that degrades who I am. Yeah, the occasional time. It's not like, I'm gonna die, but it's not good to swear. Personally, I was raised that it's bad. Everybody, or at least most people that I know, were raised the same. It's unfortunately a bit of a habit. Not like an addiction, but it's not the easiest thing to stop for me. Maybe it's like an addiction. I don't know. So the problem that I've had is swearing. Occasionally it just slips out when I'm in class. I'll be talking to friends, I'll just get a little bit too loud, and the teacher will hear me say, "Oh, fuck," or shit. Something I'll cuss. That gets you in trouble. Now, am I wrong? Yes. Are they wrong? No. And I'm not saying it like, well, I did nothing wrong, but they're still giving me attention. No. I'm in the wrong. They're in the right. So for them to get upset and, I don't know if they punish me, but to discipline me, that's what they have to do. Give me attention or whatever. I find personally to let things like that slide more than a few times. I have one teacher that I had, who I don't want to sound like an ass, but I think personally won't speak up for herself being a teacher to stop kids from swearing. I used to swear a lot more in like the earlier years, of high school. Not as much in elementary, at least not in class. That's never like the odd time. Now it's almost like a trend or a habit in class. Personally, I find it to be not the best. It's like everything else bad. You want to get stopped at some point. And I want to. It's not. Thankfully, swearing. Not something that'll necessarily end you up in jail automatically. It's not like drugs. It's not illegal, basically, is what I'm saying. So that I swear I'm not breaking the law. Unless I'm using it in a disrespectful manner, I'm not breaking the law. If I say F my life out loud in public, unless I'm in a daycare, I highly doubt I'll get arrested. Or I don't think I'll get arrested. I'll get at least detained if it was in a daycare. I don't know about arrested. It's gonna have some grapes. Just saying. A lot of people, um, and I've talked to social workers. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am personal about this. When my friend said to me, and I'm jumping way back, you know, when my friend said to me, "Did you have somebody help you write this?" It offended me. It hurt me because one, in my head, now I maybe took it too personally. I'll admit maybe I did, but I thought in my head, which I overreact too much. It's one of my issues, unfortunately. That's one of the things I want to change. It takes time. I will change it though. I overreacted probably a little too much. I didn't go fucking kill him. I'm not going ape shit. But my point is, when he said that, in my head, I was like, so he thinks I'm incapable of doing this. He thinks I'm stupid. So I said that. I said, you think I'm stupid? Do you think I can't write this? That I need help to do it? And he's like, no, I was just joking. So then I got a little bit agitated and I said, you know what? Whatever. I'm going to get to class or whatever I said. I don't remember. So that being said, I kind of then felt bad. Because then I went back and apologized and said, you know what, man, I'm sorry. I got a little bit agitated about, what you said, but it wasn't necessarily your fault completely. It was just me overreacting. Now, maybe I didn't overreact. Me personally, at the time, I thought maybe what I did wasn't necessarily the best thing to do. So I apologized. I went a little overboard. One of the issues that I had as a kid, I would never have self-advocacy. I would never stick up for myself. I would belittle myself. Shouldn't someone have said anything to me? I still have that problem. Now that was an issue because of something I went through when I was a kid. The way I was the way I was raised by my mom was not the reason, but it was actually the way that she sheltered me, and then too quickly did my social workers and school counselors try to get her to let me loosen up on me a little bit. I'm not saying she's like that mother. You guys probably not seen this video. I don't remember how long ago it came out. That my social worker showed this to me and my mom. A mother who will not let her kid ride a bike, take the bus, or walk alone in case they get hurt. Now, yeah, walking alone is one thing, but riding a bike, taking a bus, like, not to sound shallow, but if it's gonna happen, whether or not someone's with you, it's gonna happen. It's not like fate's gonna say, well, oh wait, no, we're not gonna make the bus crash because this guy's alone. Let's wait. Or we're not gonna make the bus crash, sorry, because this guy is with somebody. Let's wait till he, is alone. So obviously, fate does not make a difference whether or not the next person is there. So that's how I think of it. And when my social worker showed me this with my mom, the fact that the kid did not know how to ride a bike at 20 years old, it's not like he couldn't afford it. He was living in a really nice house. This kid had cameras in his room. No, I'm not saying it's one thing, if he's violent, if he's mentally, but I don't believe this kid had anything wrong with him mentally at first. He later developed, I don't know what they called it. It's this it's a mental instability because of the fact that he was sheltered, which later caused him to actually fear the outside, to fear any form of contact because he did not know what pain was. His mother sheltered him so much he did not know what it was like to get, you know, like, yeah, you get caught, But I'm saying, like, not that it's good, but if you don't know how to get into a fight, like, if you've never been into a fight, you don't know what pain feels like. It's not the best thing to either get into the fight, nor to know what the pain feels like. But at least you can say you know what it feels like. Not that it's a good thing. I'm just saying. It's not like, oh, I went to jail. At least I know what it's like. I'm saying this because my mom sheltered me too much in the sense that she never let me go over with a friend. She never let me go to friends' houses. I went to my very first birthday party, guys. I was in grade 4. Never, ever, ever again, for one reason, did I go to a birthday party. Because the fire alarm went off in the theater. Somebody was stupid and pulled the fire alarm in the theater. And the police were there, the fire department were there, and the ambulance were there. When she came to pick me up, she seen this, she panicked, and she said, no, you're not going on. Now, it's not like she's refusing because, like, fuck you, you're not going out again, ever. I'm going to trap you inside. No. She did it out of fear. She feared too much of what could have possibly happened because I was inexperienced. But ironically enough, I was inexperienced because she would worry. But then again, she'd worry because I'm inexperienced. So the chicken lady, what came first, the chicken or the egg? That's where I'm at. So I'm inexperienced because she sheltered me, but she shelters me because I'm inexperienced. Chicken, egg. So my point behind this is I'm not saying to parents, do not shelter your kids at all. Let them roam free in the middle of the night. No. Yeah, there's got to be rules set. She would not let me out with friends. As I got older, I was 12 years old, guys. I'm going to be straight up with you guys. My friends tease me. I've never been to a party before. Never. I'm 18. I've never been to a party before. Because now, and I'm not blaming her completely. Now I'm on my own in terms of making friends. She's not going to be, next to me forever. I'm just saying. Like, she's not going to be physically next to me to say, well, this person's not for you. I got to make those decisions because one day when she's not here, and knock on wood that it never happens still. But eventually it'll come to the point where I'll have to think for myself completely. I can't rely on someone else like her because she won't maybe be there at the moment or whatever. I will have to depend on my knowledge to determine whether or not this person is a good friend. If she would have continued sheltering me the same way, it would have probably gotten to the point where I would have no friends. One, because I wouldn't be able to socialize with them outside of school because she'd be worried that, not that it got this bad, but she would probably have worried that, um, this person may pick on him, so I don't want him to get his feelings hurt. She still worries about that, but that's, I find, to be a little bit normal as being a mother. They worry about that. The first time that I'm going to give you guys a story, an example of why I think she got worried quickly the way she did. I got into my very first fight. I think I was in grade 6, and a kid put me in, not like like major, like knocking each other, but we weren't going crazy. A kid put me in a headlock. I tackled him, not tackled him, the guy. I pushed him down. We pushed each other a bit, Nothing other than that happened. So when she heard that, she flipped. And this has happened multiple times where she's heard something that's happened. I slipped on ice. Oh my God, I can't let you go outside. I got into a little confrontation with the kid. Oh my God, I can't let you go with friends, or she worries about this because she doesn't want me to get hurt. I completely understand, but unfortunately, sometimes it's going to happen, and it's most likely going to happen when she's not there with me, so it's going to happen regardless. Like I said earlier, whether or not I'm with somebody on the bus or not, it's going to happen. Whether if it gets into an accident, God forbid. So not to look at it in a negative stance, but I'm kind of looking at it logically in a way because it's true. It's not that the bus won't crash or will crash depending on whether or not I'm alone. It will or not won't crash depending on nothing. It's either going to happen or it's not. It doesn't matter whether or not I'm with somebody. So, in person, it's better that I'm with somebody than it happens. Absolutely not. Um, I don't know. It's fun, weird. Um, a lot of people may say, well, you're 18, you've never been to a party. You say it yourself. It's not 100% her fault. It's also you because you have choice to make of whether or not you make those friends to go to the parties. I completely agree with it. But the reason why I brought this up is because to point out the fact I've been um, picked on because I'm not the same as everyone else, and that includes in terms of making friends, my decisions and or my will to actually make the friends. I don't take the initiative most of the times to make the friends. The other day, I told my mom there's a girl that I like. I want to talk to her. I do not know what grade she's in. She's in my math class. Now, there's multiple grade 12s and 11s in my math class. So, that being said, you know, I don't really know. She looks a little older, but I don't know for sure. Maybe it's a little bit fucked up. I don't know. How do you know? But I just wanted to make sure. I don't want to look like a fucking pervert, a creep. I don't want her dad showed up at school to fucking squish me like a fly because, oh, you're in grade 12 dating my daughter and who's in grade 9? How dare. Absolutely, I agree with you, but I didn't know her age. I don't care. Now you know. So, plus the way girls put themselves these days, you don't really know. You look at most actresses, most people like that are in front of a camera most of the time, working. If you have to pick out their age, either like in their 50s, 40s, whatever, most of the time you can't tell. Maybe you can. I can't. Sorry, guys, I'm really hungry. I'm sorry, guys, I'm really hungry. I'm sure you guys can tell. But as I was saying, when it comes to being me, sometimes it's not easy. Like my mom doesn't really understand truly because she's not somebody who has mental disability. I'm not eating his regards. I'm just saying, like her friends, they say, well, you know, why not? Why don't you go meet your friends or why don't you go out? It's not necessarily that easy because I don't like. Yeah, the other day I said to one of my buddies, he's like, you know what? After school, you want to go to grab pizza? He's like, no, but this Thursday I can go. Yesterday came, and unfortunately, he had to go see his grandma. I said, fine, you don't gotta go crazy. It's family first, you know. I'm very close to my grandmother, right? I was. I'm still, you know, whatever. But when it comes to actually and legitimately having a friend, I think personally, I act as the friend that I would want to have myself because, for one, sorry guys, for one, it's a matter of initiative. Yes, absolutely. If I got to get out there, make friends, get a girl, that's my opinion. Sorry, that's my thing to do. But as a kid, I'm bringing this up to you guys just so you guys can kind of get my perspective on this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you are insecure about yourself, it makes it harder to make friends. I'm not the most secure person. I'm not the most confident person. So I'm very self conscious. I know I'm overweight. I've been made fun of many times about it. I don't take it personally, but it kind of gets to me sometimes when I see I have a triple X school uniform shirt. I'm not really going to count this the same as I would like a regular shirt because it's not made out of the same material as a regular. This one does not fit the same as every other XL shirt. Sorry, this shirt fits the same as every other XL or double XL shirt. So that being said, I feel ashamed that I got myself into this predicament where I'm that overweight that wearing a triple X uniform shirt, you know, is this much of a hassle because now I got to put a shirt underneath or, you know, when it's getting colder. I can do it, yes, but I have two double X shirts. One's 2X, and one is actually double X. Like there's two X's, and one just says 2 and then XL, number 2. For the person that just tuned in, I'm not sure if if you realize that you keep tuning in and out. I don't know what the fuck is going on. The same thing earlier. Whatever, no big. So as I was saying, me in terms of fitness, that was another thing that got in my way. I got very depressed at one point in my life. Not suicidal, but really, really depressed because I was so big. And then I didn't want to take the initiative to lose the weight though. Then it came to 1 month of my life, guys. I was 20 pounds thinner, or sorry, lighter after that month. All I did was walk at 1 hour, a couple times a day, at least 1 hour a day, for 30 to 31 days. That is 30 to, depending on how many times it is, that can be 90 hours a month of walking, not including the walking I do in school, at work, or whatever. At the time I was doing co-op, I believe. And that's a huge accomplishment. I gained that weight back. For me, gaining the weight is just as important as losing it. Because it's not that it's easier or harder necessarily, because I lose weight very quickly. I went for a jog 3 times around the block where I live, just before I made the stream, with my dog, and I enjoyed it. I was out of breath very quickly. It took a few, I had 12 step, 12 jog, 12 run. So I tried to, pace myself though. For me, like I was looking it up, and my gym teacher, I had a friend actually on the basketball team last year who I haven't seen in a little bit. I seen him at the beginning of the year. I'm not sure if he transferred schools or what happened. Um, he said, try oatmeal with peanut butter. Plain oatmeal, organic, with peanut butter. It boosts your stamina, or not your stamina, your tolerance level, how long you can run for. It boosts it. It gives you a little bit more energy, basically. So that being said, I tried it and it worked. I was doing it every day. But again, that's more food you got to lose calories of. That's not a huge deal, again, you know. But I took it very seriously at one point, and I said I want to run. I'm starting it now. I'm stupid. I said this a couple months, weeks ago. Oh, yeah, a month ago, roughly. 416 Fitness. If you guys have it on Facebook, you guys would have already probably heard of this. my fitness page. 416 Fitness. I have not posted any updates in terms of me actually running. I will actually when I'm done this video, but my point is though, guys, a lot of people take it seriously. I'm one of those people. I may not show it though, but I'm one of those people. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for today. I apologize if I forgot to go back on topic to something I was talking about prior to me and my fitness. As I mentioned earlier, I lose train of thought pretty quickly. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Rate, subscribe, and comment. Thumbs up, like, and share. Please, guys, keep the comments clean and nice. I do want to stress majorly, please keep it to no offense. You know, I don't know. Just I feel kind of sick that I gotta tell people that. Like it sickens me. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Rate, subscribe, and comment. Thumbs up, like, and share. And until next time, peace.